So in 1977, I was 19 years old, and I had moved to Hollywood the year before because I wanted to be an actress. That's all I wanted to be since I was like 4 years old. And I, living there a year, I've been studying acting and singing and dancing. And one day I was in a yogurt shop in Beverly Hills, and this guy came up to me and my girlfriend and said, "Hey, I know you don't know me, but here," and he gave me a card. He goes, I manage it. He named a big actress, and he goes, "And I was wondering if you are interested in any modeling or acting." And I said, "Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, that's what I moved here for." And he goes, "Oh, do you have a portfolio?" And I said, "Yes, I do. Here's my card. Looking for new actresses to manage." So I called him, and he asked me if I'd meet him the next night down in Dr. Cho's restaurant in Beverly Hills. I wanted to meet him there, that he'd introduce me to some people, and that he could go over my portfolio. I went home that evening, and I told the girl that I was staying with, I showed her the card. All I kept thinking was, Lana Turner got discovered at Schwab's. Oh, this might be my discovery. This might be my break. I go to meet with him the next evening. He's sitting at a table with a few actresses. Right next to us was Goldie Hawn. And so I was impressed. I sat down at the table, and immediately the girls started drilling me, especially one girl. And she asked me why I thought I was going to succeed as an actress. She had been there 4 years. She was 27. I was 19. And so I said, "Well, I've always wanted to be an actress, and I'm studying hard," and on and on. So he said to me, "You want to get out of here?" And I go, "Yes." And he said, "My offices are across the street. Follow him across the street." Now, there was an office in there, but I could clearly see it was his place. He said, "Have a seat on the couch right there." It was right by the desk and everything. So I sat down. I opened my portfolio on the coffee table, and he says, "Here, take one of these. It'll relax you." And I was like, "No, thanks." And he goes, "No, just take it. It'll relax you." And I go, "No, thanks." What he didn't know is in high school, I experimented with drugs. I knew what it was. It was a Quaalude. I open my portfolio, and he looks for just a minute, and then he tries to kiss me. I stood up and said, "No, that's not what I'm here for." As I backed up, he was trying to grab me to pull me close. And so I ended up walking around the coffee table while he walked around, and I walked around a few times saying, "No." The phone rang. He answered the phone, and I saw him go, "Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh." And he goes, "It's for you." I got on the phone, and my girlfriend said, "I want you to get out of there right now." And I just told him if he lays a hand on you, that he will suffer the consequence. What she had done is she had called her girlfriend, who was a model, and she said, "Oh no, he's known for being a pervert." And she got his number, and she called just in the nick of time. So as he walked me to the door, I realized he had 3 lashes that he had lashed. I wasn't even paying attention. I ran downstairs, very upset. The next day he called me, said, "I really am interested in managing you." And I said, "Get lost." This wasn't the only time that happened. I left Hollywood a year after. Me Too movement came out. I knew exactly what they were talking about. And I feel like God protected me during that time, because nothing ever happened to me. But Hollywood was dirty. It was not what I thought. When I went for a casting call, it was like a herd of cows in front of the slaughter. I'm sure it's not all that way. There might be a tiny bit of good. But for the most part, I was not impressed. And I'm glad now that I look back. I'm glad I didn't stay.